trying to swallow. Hi everybody, it's PJ, and I wanted to talk to you about one thing. Now, I don't know what TV shows you like to watch, but you have to answer this for me. Is Glenn dead? And if you don't know what that means, then you aren't watching the same TV shows as me. So I watch The Walking Dead, which is crazy good. I love it. I watch the reruns. I am completely addicted. So in that, there's one of the main characters is Glenn, and you watch him die, kind of. And the reason I say that is, like, he falls into this vat of zombies, and if you know, Walking Dead's about zombies, just like the comic book, but he falls over into this vat of zombies with this other guy, like, kind of on top of him, and then you see his head, like, looking up, screaming, while, like, blood and guts and gore are getting pulled out of a chest. But I almost think it's not his chest. I think it's Nicholas who shot himself in the head and fell with Glenn. Glenn is the main character since the very beginning, who I love Glenn. And he's with this girl who's pregnant, who I knew was pregnant prior to them announcing it last night. And if you watch it and you haven't seen last night's videos, do not watch it yet. Or don't watch this video. Go back, watch it later. So is Glenn dead? That is the big question. And I go into restaurants and hear people talking about, is Glenn dead? I mean, it is such a big topic. So here's my theory. No, Glenn is not dead. But, and I have a couple reasons why. Somebody told me about a spoiler. And if you don't want to hear anything about spoilers, do not listen to this. Turn it off right now. I'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just don't listen. Okay, so one of the spoilers is there's this new town coming up in it that's called like Hillside or Hilltop, something like that. And when they get there, it's a whole new cast of people, which I think they're not going to, I would assume they're not going to introduce this until they come back in January, I think, January or February. And because of all that, I don't think we're going to see whether or not Glenn's alive. Might get a hint at the very end until January. Or until Maggie has the baby. I think when Maggie has the baby, you know, Glenn will magically appear, or something like that. Something like that. But they're usually not that overt there. Like, the writing there isn't quite as obvious as that. And we are shocked when somebody old dies. But I felt like if this was really how Glenn died, they lost like all this ability to have this big goodbye, that if he had gotten bitten, he could say goodbye to Maggie, whatever. They like lost all that drama. Now we're just stuck thinking, is he dead? And a lot of people agree with me that Glenn's not dead. So do they have the opportunity to change things up? I don't know. I don't know if they can do that. Like, take something and just change the whole theme of it. I don't think we're going to find out until January whether or not he's dead, but I don't think he's dead. I think that that's Nicholas's body over him getting torn apart, and he's going to somehow like scooch underneath that dumpster, open up a grid, jump down the grid, close the grid, that kind of thing, like right back to where they were last night. Maggie and Aaron, that underground place last night. I think that he might go to the same place, but I think he's going to end up at Hillside. I think something's going to happen where he ends up at this new place, this new town, and not able to get back to Maggie yet until like she's close to giving birth or something. And either that, or he's going to be bit and he's going to make his way back home and he's going to die with Maggie. Or, here was another theory I heard, that he was going to Now, obviously, you've heard he'll be a zombie and somebody will see him as a zombie. But they were tearing him apart. I mean, I don't see that really as happening. This wasn't just a bite and get away. They were like shredding his body. But the other thing I heard that could happen was that because, remember how Rick got his hand cut and he got like zombie blood all in it and he kept looking at it and stuff? Well, they kind of breezed over it now. But at that episode, the same episode where Glenn dies, or looks like he dies, they kept looking at his hand or showing his hand. So I was like, what's that about? So I thought, what if you just got a little zombie blood in you? Not like a bite or a scratch, but like because of some third-party bullshit. Would you still get the fever? And if you got the fever and didn't die, because, you know, all viruses morph into something else, and didn't die, would then Rick have the antibodies in his blood? And would Glenn come back and be infected and dying, and they try to save him with Rick's blood? I mean, that's possible too. So there's so many possibilities, so much to wait for. When The Walking Dead starts, I just wait for Sundays to death. Like, that's all I care about all week is getting to Sunday. It's sick how people are so addicted to this. I'm so addicted to this show. And I'm addicted to this show and The Leftovers. Do you like The Leftovers? Oh my God, that was so good last night. It's so crazy. I read the book The Leftovers not a long time ago, but a year before this whole thing started. And it went pretty close to the book. Not completely, but pretty close. It explained a lot more in the book than the first season explained. But obviously, for dramatic reasons, they weren't explaining. And then there was no second book. So none of this is anything. They're making this up as they go along, is the point. So it could go anyway. Like, there's no reference for it. But it was really good last night. And we'll see. Anyway, is Glenn dead? Hit me up down below and let me know if you think Glenn's dead. I knew Maggie was pregnant. And, oh, I know what I was saying. Because I go on sometimes on the spoilers. I'm bad. And the spoilers are like people on the set that'll tell what they've seen. So here's the problem with Glenn being dead. If Glenn's dead, then why, in a town where he knows nobody, in this hillside town, he knows no one, is he being seen right now shooting on that hillside town? Why is he there shooting episodes to come in a town with people he doesn't know if he's dead? It makes no sense. It'd be different if him and Maggie were shooting, or him and, like, Maggie's dad, or Herschel, or I don't know. But that's not what happened. What happened was they've moved Glenn to a different place where they shoot, to a town hasn't been introduced to us yet. So Glenn definitely, in my mind, is not dead. I would be shocked to death if Glenn was dead. I would be so shocked, okay? So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm so excited. I get so excited. And I have like 10 friends that are excited. And we text the whole time. We're like, oh my God, girl, did you see that? Oh my God, did he really say that? Oh my God, that kid. Oh, and that kid's going to, I thought that kid was going to throw Rick off into the zombies last night. It was just funny. And so we text like funny shit back and forth to one another because we're all obsessed with this show. Like, obsessed. And you know why I think we're obsessed with apocalyptic shows? Is because we're so tired of this. So many times I think, like, that we put ourselves in that position. What would it be like if there was no government or cops or bills or whatever, and we put ourselves as those survivors? And there is something, although I think living the life would be completely different, but thinking about it, there is something very attractive to that, to going back to your roots and your woods and your and that's kind of what witches do, isn't it? We just go back to our roots and the woods and the river and the dale and the fields and the animals. Yeah. Anyway, I got and saying all that about, oh yeah, we would love the apocalypse to happen now so that we could all live like that. I'm drinking my Blondie. This is a pumpkin Blondie I got from the Herbalife store. So much for my modern conveniences. And yeah, I bought Carrie one, just a regular blondie. So yummy. But I wanted to try the pumpkin. This is my first pumpkin. I think I like the regular blondie better, but it's okay. It's good. They're all good. I can really taste this peanut butter. Alright guys, I love you. If you'd like to follow me down the rabbit hole that is my crazy life, hit the button down below and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a I can't talk today. Give us a thumbs up if you like this kind of video. Thumbs down if you don't. Either way, got you watching me today. I love you guys. Go manifest something great in your life. If you know it, believe it, think it, see it. If you know it in your heart, you can have it. I love you. Bye, 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 bye.